Hey everybody, welcome to Art Club. I've got another cool project for you. Today we're going to be making these really fun kind of telescope, go shark watching, check all kinds of cool things out. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this as more of a telescope one, but you could also, if you look at actually down here, let me transition our screen so you can see even bigger yet. Now it's over there. You could also make two of these and glue them side by side to make binoculars if you choose to do it that way too. So that would be an option for those of you that want to go above and beyond and have even more art fun today. Alright, so let's check out how we're going to be creating these. Our first step is we're going to take our toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube. Either way will work. If you've got a paper towel tube, I would just cut it in half so you've got it at a smaller size. But we need to start off by making the mouth of our shark. So to do this, I am starting on one side and I'm making a triangle here, like that. But I don't want to forget about those shark teeth, right? So I'm going to add some triangles inside of the mouth too, like this. So it's going to look something like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the exact opposite side so that once it's cut out, it can kind of see right through it, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to go on the opposite side, same thing, a triangle, like that, and then the top teeth and the bottom teeth. There we go. Now that I've got that drawn on, I'm going to now take my time to cut this out. And I usually cut it into like chunks. Like I don't do the whole inside of the mouth at once. I kind of cut little chunks out one at a time. For me, that's easier. But you guys can see whatever works best for you, however you want to cut those out. Okay? So you can see I'm just taking my time, cutting this out. I'm going to just do one side for the video. So you guys can go ahead and pause it and rewind it if you need to, but that way the video is not taking too long. So let's get this side all cut out. And of course, once I have one side finished, I would go ahead and do the same to the other side. Now I want to kind of get some of the other shark-like details ready to go as well. And of course, we all know sharks are very well known for that fin, right? Coming out the water. Da-dum, da-dum. So, I made a fin out of, I just took a cereal box, but cracker boxes, any of that thinner cardboard is going to work well for this. And I made a shark fin, and notice how I added this little tiny bit down here. The reason I did that, what I'm going to do is at the top, there we go, at the top, kind of back of where my shark's body is, I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut a little slit in there. If you need adults or an adult to help you with this stuff, feel free to do so. You don't want anyone getting hurt. So I've got that little slit in there, and I'm going to use some glue right on there too. Let's see if my glue will cooperate today. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. Today it doesn't want to. Let's see. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue though. If I have to open it up this way, we will. There we go. Sometimes you just got to force it, right? Put a little bit of glue on there. There we go. And now that I've got my glue, I'm going to put that right on down through. That glue is just going to kind of help hold this in place. And by having that little slit in there, that'll just make that a little bit stronger as well. Okay, before I start the next step of coloring it in, decorating it, or painting it, however we want to make it gray, blue, or whatever we want our shark to look like, I'm going to also just punch some holes on either side, and that's how we're going to get it to have that lanyard that goes around our neck. So if you have a paper puncher, that's going to work the best. I don't have one though. So what I'm going to do instead is very carefully, once again, if you want adult help on this step, that's probably a good idea. but I'm going to very carefully make 2 holes, one on either side, about quarter to a half inch in. I don't want it too close to the edge here because that can very easily rip my cardboard then when I'm wearing it around my neck. We don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go in just a little bit and very carefully, I'm just sort of rotating my scissor until it goes on through like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, making sure that those holes are big enough for my yarn or string to go through. So once again, just kind of spinning it until it's big enough like that. All right, now that we've got kind of the basis of our shark ready to go, our next step is going to be to do those decorations. So you could paint it, you could use blue paper to cover it. I'm going to do paint though, and I'm just going to paint all of that in like so. Once again, so this video isn't taking forever, I'm actually going to pop on over to my other shark that I've got mostly completed, and we'll just talk about the last finishing steps then. So what I did was I took some yarn, but you can use any kind of string, will work too, and I put it around my neck like this and kind of said, how long do I want this to rest on me? And then I added just a little bit longer because we're going to have to tie this. So added just a little bit longer, and I made that cut, right? Then I put the yarn, see if I can do this. Sometimes getting your fingers a little wet like that and spinning the string or the yarn works really well. And I'm going to put that through into the belly of the shark there, and I'm going to very carefully double or triple knot this. Once again, if you need some adult help, feel free to get that help for this part if you're kind of new to tying. But I want to be careful not to pull it too tight because we don't want to rip the cardboard there. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick triple knot here. You could even add a little bit of glue there to add a little more security to this, and then snip off the extra bits. Then, if you want to, you could take some beads. So you can see I added some beads to my lanyard on this one. You could add as many or as few or none at all. Totally up to you. But add some beads if you want to that string, and then you're simply going to tie it to the other side as well. As far as our finishing details then, once my paint was dry, I added some gills to my shark. I'd also take some googly eyes, maybe, and add those, or I could color on some eyes. I could cut out some paper and glue that on. I might paint the teeth white a little bit. Totally up to you. You could even paint the inside of your shark's mouth too. But in the end, you're going to end up with a really cool telescope, or once again, if you make 2 of these, you could even do binoculars to do a little scavenger hunt around your house to look for all kinds of cool things. I hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait to see your pictures in the Art Hall of Frame. See you guys!